It's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Boom. And boom. What's up? Welcome back out there to another edition of Tell Me a Joke, the guy on the Chasing the Dream. I'm your host, Maniacal, Menace, Cosmo. Say the whole thing like a pimp named Slick Back. And today, I got the wifey and the bestie on my side today. Dahlia. Kamari.
What's good? How y'all
How's
doing?
everything going? Are y'all all right? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say I'm impressed by just like how quick you were able to like get into the for certain. But I'm doing pretty
It was
good.
a little startling, I gotta be real. And then you turned like you were going to give us bad news.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, it felt like that. It felt like I had some type of
It was like
traumatizing thing.
Like,
I'm
I
dying
have
on the
something to
inside.
tell you.
I just turned 40 and my insides are failing now. So
is this like an official diagnosis or that's just how you feel?
Old ass
It is
man?
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just old ass man syndrome. That's what it feels like, you know. But it's nice. It's nice to see everybody. You know?
But I mean, I will say, like, as a fellow, you know, trending in that similar direction.
Yeah.
I like to think that it's kind of relative, and you know, you seem at least to be in some like level of fitness.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I do. I talk about. I mention this often every day, just because I'm like, I work 8 hours, and I work with this guy. He's 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's 50 years old, but he don't look like he's 50. And also, he does all the drugs, and so it just doesn't seem like he should be as fit as he does, as he is. And because in the construction world, that's all we're doing is lifting shit for 8 hours, all day, lifting, walking through mud.
I feel like, you know, and you know, feel free. This is I don't have any definitive evidence for this, but I feel like if you got like a good core.
A core is
and I feel like if you work in construction,
you
dealing with shit where you just got to be doing a lot of this and lifting and carrying,
knowing how to pick
you know
up
what I
a box
mean,
properly.
walking, standing, you know what I mean, maybe squatting.
Yeah, a good core is the key to life, really.
Yeah,
it is. You definitely need, because I don't know what happened. Maybe a few months out before I turned 40. I don't know what it is. It's usually at certain milestones in my life, certain things happen to me to where at the age of 36, at the age of 30, I lost hearing in my left ear. I couldn't hear anything. It just...
Now that's crazy. That's scary.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? Woke up, just boom, can't hear. I just hear. I got water and everything. I was like, it was just, my ear was just really dirty. And after 30 years, it was like, we can't take it no more.
Okay.
And it just shoot. And I'm like, oh no.
How did you get that corrected?
I didn't go to the doctor, which I probably should have, which is a terrible thing as black folks nowadays, that when you get older, the less more we see of the doctor. But
Man,
I used to get my ears cleaned when I was young. And so I used to go, and I would always have a problem with wax buildup in my ear.
Okay, got you.
So there's saline solutions that you can buy online and whatnot, and there's, you know, stuff that'll help it break up. But I have so much in there that it takes almost a whole bottle just to get it really broken up. It took about a week and a half, maybe 3 weeks.
And see, like, ear shit supposed to like affect your balance and everything, right?
Man, it makes you it does feel weird. It didn't affect my balance or anything, but when it happened, my eye watered.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just like, this is weird. You know, the equilibrium was fine now. But at the age of 36, I lost my tongue ring, swallowed it. And I was like, you know what?
And for that, we are forever grateful.
Yeah, I was like, this. I shouldn't. I shouldn't have this thing anymore. Really, I don't
Answered
understand.
prayers.
Fucking my teeth up. Yeah,
man. How did that? Man, golly. See, because the things that the two things you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, I'm always quick to put it out there, man. You know, I'm a softie, man.
Yeah.
So your shit with your ear and your swallowing your tongue ring, man. I feel like those would have took me out. Like
that's not even the worst. The worst one, 39. Like last year, right before I turned 40, I did something to my back, and woo,
the back shit is probably the worst thing, bro.
She could attest for it. I was a little bitch. I couldn't.
Men are little bitches when it comes to shit like that.
Yeah,
I think
but I'm on my back all day. You know,
susceptible to pain.
Like you saying, that's the core movement right here. Mm-hmm. Like if your back is fucked up, then you on your back and your feet all day.
Yeah.
Like if you can't maneuver with that, I had to stretch it out. You know, there wasn't enough to tell me. I just understood like kind of where it was hurt at, and I just had to maybe assume that this was the stretch that like. Stretching is really what helped it out. Because if I wouldn't have did that, it would have been just me fucking throwing pills at it and shit.
Yeah.
Trying to, you know, deflate and inflate the muscle or whatever the hell's going on.
Right.
No, man, you got to stretch that shit out. Like, and it's going to hurt. But the next day it's going to feel a little bit better.
No.
And it's going to feel a little better. And then eventually it's just going to go away.
Well, I mean, yeah, just to like stretching. I won't claim to stretch like on a regular basis, but similarly, like when shit start feeling a certain kind of way, maybe my back start hurting or something, I'm like, all right, I gotta do something. So I hop on YouTube and it's like one particular lady. They got a 20-minute stretching session, and it is effective stretching. It's not just because she's pretty. And then you're doing all the shit. You're doing the butterfly shit, and
definitely.
You know what I mean? You're doing the
I told myself I need to get back into stretching more. I know somebody.
And then he turns it. He turns it into some. You should stretch more. You should stretch because. He think he knows shit.
I mean, I should. I
have
the ripe age
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, so I'm not supposed to be stretching.
Oh, okay.
Because
now, what could you just break that down for me?
My shit is backwards, so it's supposed to be like people, their muscles get tight, and so like when you're stretching your muscles, and your ligaments help you, and your all those things, your connective tissues. Make sure you don't go too far. My ligaments, joints, whatever, they just keep going.
Got you.
So then my muscles are really tight because they're doing the job of the ligaments and stuff, of keeping myself in place.
Off camera, I think I got a friend who suffers from the same thing. And I know we'll talk about it later. I don't know if we should. But again, I might have somebody that might have some, I don't know. I imagine you've also looked up stuff, but because that is one that's like, again, man, like, our bodies are so vulnerable, you know what I'm saying? And it's a thing that you kind of don't take for granted. Like you got young kids that deal with stuff like that. Like we was talking about sickle cell, before. Right. And I mean, it's like this young kids having to deal with like this kind of immeasurable amount of pain, and it's not really a lot to do. Yeah. And it's just something you have to contend with, like for the whole of your life. Like I think. I mean, I know somebody like myself, taking for granted like how healthy my body has been to me, you know what I'm saying? And how that has kept the quality of my life like high. But it's like that ain't a given for a lot of people.
Honestly,
you know what I'm saying?
I'd say jokingly that I'm dying on the inside, but a little bit of me is like, I feel different.
Like, nigga, I know for certain.
I definitely feel.
I got a couple things I definitely
feel like, this different. Like I feel a little more energetic than before, but I also realize I don't heal as fast anymore, which is understood, which is understandable. But like,
granted, I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, I definitely need to keep up.
So how many of these niggas do you see on the internet that just is like, y'all niggas seem superhuman, and then they just a motherfucker at a park that's doing fucking knees and burpees and shit like that, and then it's just like I do have a certain kind of, I don't want to go full Dr. Sebi, but I do have a certain kind of idea, like, all right, if we take into account like our environments, the kind of invisible things that we don't see, and I ain't talking about like chemtrails and shit. I mean, just like carbon dioxide and shit like that, and obviously, a lack of more organic or healthy foods. If you could kind of, because I kind of do believe in a certain extent that, like, again, bruh, we can say that we getting older and everything like that, but it is a certain aspect of me that still feels very youthful.
Yeah,
like I don't feel.
No. I think this older that I have it's a stronger older. Like I kind of feel, if anybody is watching Invincible, I feel like a Viltrumite. Like the older, the older they are, the stronger they get. Like it's just so strange because now I have a strength that is it doesn't seem like it's going to go anywhere.
But then it will.
It eventually.
But I feel like that's part of.
But you can maintain
it's gonna be a while before that leaves though, because people look at me and be like this dude, he just turned 21 or 22. He just turned 22. And he's like, man, how old you, Kyle? I was like, man, I'm about to be 40. He's like, oh, I thought you was like 26. I thought you were a few years older than me. I was like, thank you. You know, I don't feel that.
Nah.
But you know, that's good that this hasn't aged to the point to where I've caught up with the number. You know?
Well, I mean, so just to give some extra context, you know, I went to your family's house recently.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I don't know about y'all viewers at home watching this on your phone while you're on the toilet or whatever. Like, when you get to see people, younger pictures when they was like kids and shit like that, and it's like, you know, number one, like your family just kind of have like a youthful... Yeah, and I think that's like amongst short people. Short people are gonna look at. I come from a short family myself. Like my mom is like 5'1". My great granny was like 5 foot nothing. My great grandfather was. I mean, you know, it is a certain kind of like. All right, I got Uncle Robert. I think he might be the same height as you. And I swear, bro, he was jacked until he was about 75. You know what I'm saying? And you know, now he's like in his ages or whatnot. He ain't able to just get out there and get on the bench or nothing like that. But again, it's like to see you when you was actually 20 or 18, and it's like, oh, bro, nigga, you look like you was 12 then. You know what I'm saying? And again, you had like mustache hair. It wasn't like you looked like babyface 12, like you didn't have nothing. But it's just like, oh man, it's like, you know. The sales, man.
Old Logan just got a few more scars.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Fucking Russian, right? You mutant, man.
Oh, Pharrell's over here.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely got that Clips blood in me. How you feel about, you know, the age that you're approaching? You know, because we do have a missus that is about to be. She'll have made that birthday by the time everybody sees this. Okay, so
I'll be 28.
Hello,
happy birthday to you. I feel like 28 is a significant one because if you got the 27 club, so it gets to 28.
Yeah. I feel that. I mean, I don't care. Like, what's there to?
I mean, you go around, people don't understand that people don't look at you. You're going to go through the same thing as well because, you know, we tiny folk. We don't take up much air. And people look at you, they're going to get pissed off and be like, you had a baby? Nah.
Well, for me, it's always been weird. I feel like people look at me and I'm whatever age they want me to be.
Yeah.
So, like, based on the way that I speak or whatever, people are like, you're so wise. You must be old. And I'm like, bitch, I'm 17. That's rude.
Shit been not like that since
you know, people will be like, I thought you were my age because we're having a conversation. I'm like, that says a lot about the quality of your friends and your family. That you're saying that I, as a teenager, I'm like, come on. That's your problem. But then, like, I'm with Kyle and he's older than me. I was about to just call you old, but I'm being nice so as not to play you.
Thank you.
But like, so people assume that he and I, like, how old are y'all? And I'm like, that nigga about to be, that nigga 40.
Wait a minute, are you supposed to give a mean? Bruh, like, to me, the whole, to me, unless you a fucking bartender, what the fuck? You need to know people's ages, couples. Like, I mean, again,
for real.
Say you kind of got like assume where you at and be like, all right, we are at least all adults. Yeah. And again, that shit don't really mean a lot of shit.
I got a card today because I don't want to go to jail.
Immature as hell. You feel me?
I feel like a lot of times it has to do with cultural references. So you know how people get to a certain age and they're like, what you know about that?
Yeah. Well, and that's that whole bullshit. Like, because to me, as a person that's like deliberately try to defy that specific stereotype, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna listen to music that you ain't even listened to before. It's like, oh, you don't know who the fuck Muddy Waters is, because all you went back to is the shit that you came up with in the 70s. So all you know is Funkadelic and the Whispers, nigga.
Right. And it's always the mainstream shit of whatever time. What you know about? Yeah. And it's like, I'm so sorry, but that was top 40.
I know Frankie, Beverly, and Maze. We all know it.
Right. You played it. The fuck you mean?
The greats will eventually be gone, and then everybody's gonna have the same argument over and over again until people. I don't think it's ever gonna.
Well, to me, it's just that idea, like, all right, because even now, if I make a reference to the Rugrats, that shit literally debuted 30 years ago. Yeah. So I mean, from when I was a kid in the 90s and fucking Computer Love would come on, which came out in like 80 something. Right. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what you know about that? Like, nigga, that for me, that would have been like a 10 something year. Now we at the point where the shit that we came up on is the antiquated shit to a certain extent.
And this is exactly what.
So it's all relative, is what I'm trying to
say. This is the transition that I talk about now, because like we are all in this phase to where we are our parents now, and so like. It feels like possibly not. It just, but,
also not me, nigga. I ain't got no kids. But in stature, I know what you're saying.
So now I'm thinking more morbidly about life, and this is where most of these poems have been coming from, and it's scary. I don't like it.
That's my thing about aging, and like how you were saying that, like, oh, well, I don't feel like any of these things are going to happen to me. I think the media pushes this idea of aging that like you get to a certain age and it's like everything goes away, but it's like a gradual decline. And that's why old people are always breaking their hips, because 3 days ago they could do it just fine. It's like your abilities go and you don't even realize it.
Yeah,
but again,
that's why I take it easy.
This is a good cut, because some shit I've been also thinking about this a lot. It's because especially it's like I got a lot of elders in my life, and the reality is some of them have recently passed on, and it's like I seen them and they was fine, and then the next day they was just withering away in the bed, and then they got up out of here. You type shit. But you at least I see different types of, like, I would say elders. Like, for instance, one of my nanas, like, she's like bad hip, bad knee, yada yada yada. But then one of her good friends is always at the house every Sunday to get herself a meal. You know what I mean? She help out, she clean, she put shit away. You know what I mean? She earn her keep. Not all of them do that. So she's like one of the ones where I think she had gotten injured, but she'd talk about, like, I work out, I walk, I'll make sure I swim and all that. So I do think it's like, you got to keep your body active as long as you can.
Definitely.
And the reality of it is
things moving.
Body parts and shit, different little muscles that you don't know is atrophied and all this other bullshit.
See, I think the thing is, the more strenuous work that you have done over the years, the more wear and tear you'll do to your body. So
this is a fitness podcast.
I say that if you go like how Asians do it, like they do minimal movement, but they continue the movement. Hence why they're living so long and such. Okay. You see them living past the ages of 90 and 100 and everything. Like I realized that being a cheerleader, it was nice to be able to partner stunt and nice to be strong enough to throw a girl up in the air by myself and be able to catch it and shit. But once I got older and I stopped doing that, once those motions stopped, fuck my shoulders up. Shoulder bursitis for in my 20s. That shit had me waking up in tears. Okay, like I and then to myself, you can go into the doctor and the doctor gonna be like, oh, let's boom, put these oxys on there. Let me go ahead and shoot you with a cortisone real quick.
Only if you're a man, though. If you're a woman, you go to the doctor, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh. Shit.
Yeah. See, and that's the shit that I don't be liking about doctors. Exactly. Because it's just like, that shit ain't consistent, bro. That's why I be so afraid
I'm not afraid to go, but I know, now that I'm getting older, I'm like, if I do go, don't tell me I'm dying now.
You should be afraid to go to the doctor.
Don't tell me I'm dying now.
Now, again, if you can get you a doctor that you, like, the idea is that you got to find a doctor that you trust, for real. Yeah. And the motherfucker that you feel like is invested in your health. Like, I got a friend, you know what I mean? I don't want to go into too much detail, but it's like they got diagnosed with something mad serious and then have been getting treated for that in that way, and then come to find out they went to another doctor and they're like, wait a minute, it's not as severe as we thought it was, and the shit that they was doing initially
it's gonna fuck things up even worse.
Had fucked things up worse. Now granted, they doing better and, you know, trying to get it figured out, but then it's still having to deal with the, like, the dissent amongst the differing opinions. And so my thing is like, number one, all our bodies are unique. You got to listen to your body. You got to really try to, you know, at least have some kind of awareness of it. And then again, hopefully find some type of, whether it's a physician or a healer or however the fuck, like, that can make you at least feel like you doing what you need to do to try to, like, take care of yourself. If you're trying to hang out here for a minute. Because it ain't, it's
now
hard.
That we
it ain't
speak
easy.
on this, I am so glad that she went through a home birth. Just because the more and more I see this shit on, like, because we got homies that they daddies went to the hospital and they were fine, strong men. Boom, this one little thing. Oh, we fucked up. Now they daddy dead. And it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, but you want me to go and trust in, like, oh, I got a cough. Let me you go to the doctor and see what this. Oh, then your larynx is falling out. You're like, hold on.
I feel like it's cyclical though. Like the mistrust that Black people as a whole have of the healthcare system keeps them from going and building the relationships. And so you go into the doctor like, there must be something wrong, and you look fine. Everything's coming up fine because those doctors don't know you.
Right.
Because if there's a doctor, or like even when I was pregnant, because I haven't had a primary care doctor for like over a decade. And it's like,
Medicaid, you know, hey, urgent care. Let me see that. Who y'all got in urgent care? That's like rolling the dice every time, bro.
And it's like, throughout my pregnancy, I love my midwives. They were great. I could be like, I'm in pain all the time, but this feels different, you know? So then they would be like, okay, and take me seriously because they're, you know, this idea of you know your body or you know what's going on.
I mean, like,
or this is different, or, you know.
Again,
like, you know,
came to having a
one of my sisters, her first pregnancy, it got into like a very, you know, touchy area, and it was one of the ones where it's like things that probably could have been taken care of up top were ignored, and then at the last minute you had to kind of scrape together, and thank goodness everything ended up you know, being as successful as you could expect it to. But again, that next round, it's like, all right, we got to make sure we have the certain
right now. You got to be extra prepared.
You know,
and see, the thing is, which made me even more less concerned when it came to that, but concerned that, you know, all of the things that my wife had to go through and what she was about to go through. But what I saw and grew up watching on TV and how birth was supposed to be compared to what I witnessed, went through, and got to be a part of, I was like, oh, this is fucked up, yo. To do all that, and then when you go to the doctor, you waiting in the waiting room every time. You always sitting in the doctor's office. Oh, you got to wait for the doctor. Like, how many people is he seeing today? What the fuck is he doing? Is he doing paperwork? You go to these midwives. These midwives right there. How you feeling today, Kyle?
Yeah.
You all right? You gonna catch him today? You good? You feeling all right? Go ahead and rub your back. Go ahead.
Now, mind you, he's literally only talking about the birth. When I went to midwives, I did have to wait in their waiting room.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
lots of waiting.
I wasn't there for those certain situations. But when it came down to them coming to my house, and boom, it's one-on-one. We ain't waiting for no people with clipboards coming in. We didn't have to wait for the assistant or whatever.
Well, no, the assistant just didn't make it because I gave birth.
But she still came.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of them didn't come.
Of course, there ain't no waiting when it comes to birth. But you know, it's like, I'm coming. But it's still just to be there.
Well, I mean, also, I guess Houston is big as hell.
Fuck and traffic. You know, but to be there and to witness all that and not have to all these machines and beepings going around,
your baby
and
get
shit.
taken away, and then they put in a little whatever.
I get here immediately. It's like,
man,
what?
And
I to catch my own child.
Again, the idea that like so many people are so, we're using birth as an example, they're so uninformed about what it could be that they just go along with whatever the status quo is. And so people a lot of times they're like, oh, home births are better because I got to do this. And it's like, you could go to a hospital and do that. You just have to have the words to tell them this is what I want to do. You know, like I want a delayed cord clamping. I want this, I want that. And when people don't have relationships with doctors, medical professionals, whatever, then they're going in, and it's so funny. It would be really hard to be a medical professional because people come in and think they know shit and they don't.
Oh, you know? Especially nowadays with YouTube,
right? And Google talking about. So then,
them scholars.
I think there was an episode of fucking like Grey's Anatomy or something, because they always have an episode like this where there's a black patient and the doctors are always white, and the black person's like, I don't want to take that because that's the white man's drug, or give me the. And it's always like a black man with heart disease or something, and they're like, no. And they always are like, I don't want the one that you guys
gave me this heart disease.
Genocide.
It's always like, oh, I don't want the heart medicine that works for black people. I want the white people stuff because white people stuff is better.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, they finally tested something on black people and it works better for you. Take it.
Yeah.
And it's like, we have, black men, black
weren't
people.
factored into the test before.
Go watch Captain America.
Right. And it's just this, like, we don't go to the doctor.
Or the Tuskegee Airmen, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's, man.
And that shit pisses me off more than anything else because black people quote it wrong. Like, bitch, if you don't quote your oppression, quote it right. They're always like, they gave them syphilis. That did not happen.
No,
them men had syphilis. And they were spreading it around all their towns. And to their wives. Their wives had it. And they just didn't give them treatment for it once treatment came out. Just to see what happened if people had syphilis.
That was the idea. It's like, we're going to let y'all just have it. Which, again, syphilis could reach the brain. And that's what fucked up, or what is it, Al Capone or something like that. Like, nah, it's, and if you know that, to me, that's what makes it like some torturous fucking vital shit.
Right, like all the people were sick.
To know a motherfucker is sick and let some shit like that, that's gross.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
Which is how we got informed consent.
Doctors, fuck them, but I'm just joking.
But like,
boom, demonetized. Thank you.
No. I'm sorry. I mean, again, I do believe no different than like anybody. You can,
yeah, but it's real though.
I like the dentist. The dentist, that's kind of the health people that I've been having the most interaction with as of late. And it's like going to a dentist that I feel comfortable in, because I remember being a kid and having to go to a white dentist, and I remember
Dr. Fox and Dr. Byron.
The fucking spot, it was like a house, so it was kind of real old, and it kind of had this kind of weird smell to it. Ooh. And then the dentist, he had them big ass frames, and if be all in your mouth, and that's like the most.
In somebody's house?
It wasn't a house, but it was like a house
that's
structure.
That's where I got my retainer from.
Like,
somebody's backyard
like
trailer.
you got. I've been in dental buildings or facilities. Yeah. Like this is like, all right.
But like
effectively, you made a house into a fucking. This is in Dayton.
Definitely. However you got to get it.
And you got the fucking.
My spring retainer, the braces that fixed my mouth supposedly that gave me periodontal disease when I got older. It came from a man in a trailer in his backyard.
Now that sounds crazy.
My mama, my daddy was like, "Oh, your brother got his face fucked up, so we can't get you braces. You was a thumb sucker, and now your mouth is just terrible. So let's see what your mama could do for you." And my mama is a hustler, and she knows the workarounds, and she know a nigga that know a nigga, and
that do braces.
That made his own contraption.
Make sculptures that you can put in your mouth.
Yeah. And he made a brace retainer that he fixed for my mouth. And it basically was a retainer with a spring on the back that pushed my tooth. And he was like, yeah, leave that. And I was like, cool. The worst shit ever. Very painful to go through as a child.
Oh my God.
To eat hamburgers.
How long did you have these on?
Oh, I had this on for a very long time. Like, yeah, I should still kind of wear it now, to be honest with you.
But not that one. You still have it?
Not that one. Yeah.
Do you?
Like for...
Oh, Lordy me.
Like to remind you of trauma?
No.
Right?
I have it. I don't know where
trauma shadow
No, man, it ain't that. It ain't that bad.
Hey,
but, I just understood that from having the spring that was there, it would move my bottom tooth slightly. So, like, whenever I would eat chips and shit, like I would get shit stuck in between my gums because it would shift my tooth. And so over the time, I'm not knowing what the fuck that is. Boom. Periodontal disease.
Oh my God. Because you ain't getting all this shit out you. Because it's already, I had braces. Shout out to Mara at the diners, Dr. Newbie. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Newbie, she was a black lady. Like she was so, man, Dr. Newbie, because I don't know, I used to have... Whatever. I don't like to talk about my material in real life, but it's just like I have material where I talk about going to the dentist and I talk about my good experience at the dentist. And Dr. Newby, she was just always so encouraging, and she was just like, "Oh my God!" And then she would be like checking in. She had like such a
that's awesome, very
like light voice. She was a successful lady. Shout out to her. I mean, she one of them ones. I don't know if you see it. It's like a certain type of content on YouTube now where it's like a nigga like Boosie, and he see his old teacher. He's like, "Oh my God,
oh no,
this lady Boosie, we gonna have to have dinner first time." That's my Boosie impression.
Oh my God.
But I've had delusions, I guess, of being like coming back and going to Dr. Nubi's. I was like, I made it, Dr. Nubi. Yeah. And look at my teeth. And then it's like, I know I lost my retainer a while again. And then, can I get a new retainer? But how you doing? Also, I did it. I did it, Dr. Nubi. I made it.
I actually like the dude, the man, his daughter. I still like. I don't keep in touch with her, but like I still see her from time to time. I'm like, man, your daddy had a shop in his backyard. And
when he still got the shop,
I can't tell you if he do, if he don't. I don't know. I don't even know if the man's still alive. I need to ask my mama though. Okay. I need to ask my mama. But the man, like, I was like maybe the second person. He was probably get a patent for this. Like, you ain't never heard about it, have you?
No, I never heard about it.
He was hitting all the day. He was
spring-loaded retainer.
Illegal.
Yeah, I mean, he did dentistry. I mean, I don't. You know what? I don't know how.
The same way that people do veneers.
He ain't had no
in their house.
That's crazy. I don't even want to talk about veneers because the idea of a nigga shaving your teeth and putting some other shit on
Johnny Dang make goddamn grills. How you think he started? So
the gold for your mouth. Yeah,
right.
That is some.
You
that
make a mold in your fucking.
To me, a mold is different.
And that's cosmetic.
He made mold, but
a mold is different than a nigga.
He didn't make a tooth for me.
Yeah,
like I could like. This was a flipper.
Yeah,
so this, I paid money for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a lot, all right? And then to get this fixed, it's even more. To have a little permanent, and I would like that, just so I ain't got to worry about, like, this changed my mouth forever. Mm-hmm. Like, this little contraption in my mouth. A tongue ring also changed my mouth. It forms your mouth.
Your mouth has been changed many times.
But yes, having that retainer changed my mouth. And it's crazy. And when you saying going to dentists and shit, so if you don't have a dentist, Dr. Byrie was my dentist, and I would always go to him. My daddy would make sure he'd be diligent about taking us to the dentist. If you you just go to a regular dentist, motherfucker can be like, "What's the problem?" All right, yeah, that's going on. All right, let's go. We can go ahead and pull this out. Go ahead and take the X-ray of your teeth. We be like, "Oh shit, look, this wrong, this fucked up. You don't need this no more." We can go ahead and pull all these out. I was like, I just came in.
What kind of dentist you going to?
A terrible. I was about to go ahead and give ethnicities out because this is exactly
I loved going
what they
to the
did.
dentist.
This is exactly what they did to me when I just came in there to go ahead and get that tooth that was hurting. Uh-huh. I just need this tooth pulled. He was like, "Oh, okay. Well, we can go ahead and take an X-ray." And I was like, man,
Was it the guy I sent you to?
No, I don't know. He was Nigerian. And,
it sounds like I might.
And when I
was
went
this when I was
there,
with you when I had to do all? Okay.
Nobody was with me. I went in that thing.
When we knew each other.
Oh yeah. We were together. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gone on his own.
I was in there, and he tried to take damn near half my mouth out, and then also tried to upcharge me on all that. I was like, nah. No, so he's like, you got Medicare. What's your insurance like?
Trying to run it up.
I was like, I ain't got no insurance. I just came my tooth hurt, man. Can you pull this out? He was like, oh, here, fill it out. Go ahead and shoot your mouth up real quick. Boop, there you go, $200-something. I'm like, son, why you was trying to do all this other stuff? You know what? I can't even.
I remember one time.
I can't even talk to you right now.
Sometimes you gotta find if you down bad on some dental help. You gotta find them spots that do that like week or two where they just doing anything to your mouth, root canals, cleaning, filling.
Yeah, I seen that.
I remember one time I had like I let a tooth get tooed raggedy, and I ended up getting abscess. And thank God my mama had like penicillin. I was able to take it, so I didn't kill myself. But I'm like, I gotta get this fucking tooth pulled.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, it was one of the weeks. This is back when I was living in Columbus. Like I put on Facebook, and some this white lady, well-meaning liberal, shout out to her. She was like, "They're doing the free. You can get your tooth pulled." And like pretty much,
yeah.
I went in that bitch. Perfect they got a big ass tent. You fill out your information. You just wait for they to call your number, and it's like, all right, get in there. Got that motherfucker up out of there. And I'm like, all right, back.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's like, thankfully it's not one of them front teeth.
Yeah,
to where I can, because I am a vain person.
Yeah, that front tooth. My front tooth was just hanging on like that kitty that was like, hang in there, and it couldn't. Like they said, oh, you know what? We just gonna get this one for free for you. Boop, and they just while they was catching, like I was getting a deep clean at a good place that my daddy sent me to. And yeah, he was like, oh, you Mr. Smith? Oh, okay. So what you gonna use your insurance today? I was like, hold on, then I'm his son. Oh. Well, here, fill this out. We know you ain't got money.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
He asked. He was like, "Oh, your daddy paying for it?" I was like, "Son, I'm almost 40." He was like, "Oh."
Well, what does that have to do with it? Whenever I go to the dentist, I call my daddy. I said, "Daddy, talk to these people."
I wish.
I mean, bro, like, I feel like
they have my daddy's number
My
on
daddy
speed
gonna be
dial.
like, "Nigga, I just gave you a recommendation."
The one thing I know I dropped the ball on is like taking care of certain health shit while I was still on my parents' insurance, bro.
Yeah,
like I think
don't think about it.
about 26, 27.
Yeah, on 26
You know
they
what I mean? Like again, that tooth. If I'd have went to the dentist before. It had been fucked up. It was so fucked up. I went to you go to the Walgreens and you get the little cement shit so you can plug it up yourself. Like, all right, I'm gonna put that shit on there. That's gonna fix it. Also, another thing. That's the shit about dentistry that be wild. It's like you can get the same tools they using to scrape all the shit in your mouth, and you should get them shits. Because again, that's the only way you be getting that plaque and shit really about your shit.
I got them. I do have them as well.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but also don't get too close to your gums.
No. It's like
you can do so much more
don't get
harm.
crazy with it. You know what I mean? Be conservative.
Water picks are nice. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I floss. You know what I'm saying?
I do enjoy a good floss. That's why. Yeah. Like I realized before, like you could lose a lot more once this one leaves. Yeah. If you don't keep it up,
And that's like once you lose one, nigga, they all start wanting to get up out of there.
Everything starts to shift. That's why I gotta keep this in my mouth. Yeah. Like I don't understand people that have the contraption but don't put it in their mouth. I knew somebody that had missing his fronts, like both two fronts, and it's like, son, your teeth are gonna wanna shift. Like they move in your mouth. They constantly move. So I was like, nah, I don't. I know if I leave this out, I'm gonna have that big gap as if, you know, I had a gap in my tooth. And I'm like, nah, they all gonna come jagged edge like a singing group
I
in my face. I
wouldn't want to have it, but it is something about just like the complete both teeth missing and then that little piece of gristle like on the gum just laying
that gristle, the little,
you know what I'm saying? Like
a Ren and Stimpy mouth.
You know what I mean? I feel like that mouth was a lot more prevalent like maybe a century or two ago, like like a century and a half ago. It was just like a lot of gap tooth motherfuckers. Because again, people. I mean, oh man, this is going too deep. I was going to be like, well, wasn't everybody didn't have fluoride in the water? And I don't want to get into fluoride, but it protects your teeth. I don't care what it does. Do shit to your brain, probably.
Only if you overdose.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that's what's keeping the teeth. You know, anybody with that well water, man, you gotta do some extra shit.
It's true.
You gotta do extra shit. If you care about what your teeth look like, I think. Yeah. But now they got all so much shit. They got the shit that is like it'll you put this paste on it and suck all the yellow out your teeth.
Yeah, but then just like, what does that do for your enamel? How weak does that make your teeth? And it's like, I know somebody that just uses baking soda and they got a nice mouth.
Yeah, nah. I mean,
but they also.
But to me, it's like as long as my breath don't stink, bro. That's all I'm really trying to preserve, man. Because it's like I don't want all white teeth, but I got stank breath.
Right.
Yeah, no, all white teeth is not the way to go. You see what happens when people get those veneers, and it's just like, nigga, you didn't spend the extra money to make it at least look like they should be real.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I would just say like the quality of them is not consistent across the board. No. There's people I've seen some where I'm like, oh man, your teeth look good, but I have seen a lot more that I'm like, this is a little awkward.
It's weird because it's just like, why are y'all doing that to your teeth if your teeth are like fine? You could have done this like, because you just ruined your mouth. Like not having actual teeth is really bad for your health down the line. So it's like if you lost all your teeth because of this, that, and the third, get those veneers. Good for you. So you don't have to do dentures.
Like get implants or whatever the fuck. I mean like that shit. But
speaking of implants and speaking of periodontal,
you about to make an announcement?
No. I have no announcements at all today. I never did. But now they had this dude, man, and I watched it. Like, you know how you ever seen somebody get their grill taken out?
Not a little bit, but to me, anything with it's like mouth shit, bruh. I'm not really interested in seeing stuff like that.
Oh, I don't mind
because it seems that's a little bit. It seems extra.
They use a punch,
so basically. Like a little. Describe a punch.
It's like a weighted. It's a weighted little spherical or stick, and they have, I guess, whatever is on the end it's weighted, so they gotta actually hit down on it, or they use a fucking it looks crazy when they use that hammer.
I feel like I've seen like
to chisel it out of their
glimpses
face.
of it. Yeah,
you know, some of them have like they just it's a little contraption that they use and they boom and then and it's supposed to knock the shit out. And I'm like, y'all,
I don't like that.
It doesn't look like you want to go through all that. And then when you do have this in your mouth, like, what is going on with your teeth under there? Yeah. Like, if it's done properly, then your teeth should survive or whatnot. I don't know, but
I'm not anti-grill at all. Like, I always had if I was ever to get like a lot of money and I could just fuck it off, I'm like, oh yeah.
No, I like a grill.
I was definitely like bottoms. Maybe like not a couple fronts.
Though. I would have.
Yeah, I need removable.
Yeah, removable. Like, I need this man that had. I don't even.
Some fangs.
Man, they weren't. No, he had periodontal, and his mouth was fucked up, and his teeth came in all jagged, like and he went to go get veneers and shit. But on top of that, this nigga had goals on the teeth that didn't go all the way up to the gums. Okay, they were just say if you saw a Nutri-Rat, right? And then you took and you took goals and put it right there on the Nutri's teeth, but not all the way up to the gums.
I feel like this should be somebody's logo.
Oh, son,
the Nutri-Rat with the gold
with goals on it.
Oh my god. Yeah. I don't know. Put that on a rugby team or some shit. I don't know.
He had a Fairly Odd Parent mouth. I don't know what that says for anything.
Chip Skylark out here.
My shiny teeth in me.
Exactly. So it's just like, why would you do it? And then he got veneers, and the veneers that they were trying to promote were looking terrible. I was like, they don't even look good. Like, but they look better than it because they came out. They came out like there was a singing group that didn't want to be next to each other but had to be close to each other. That's what his teeth look like. And then they put
Tony, huh?
Yeah. I was just like, what is, son, why would you put goals on that?
R.I.P. I need to show you. I can't think it was.
And he had top and bottom. I need to show you what it looks like. I think I sent it to myself, but I was like, this is crazy that you would put goals on that. Somebody took your money and did this for you, son. Yeah. That's fucked up. It's not having yes men in your corner. That's having too many yes men in your corner. That's what that is.
So is this a person that's like, this is not a down bad person. This is somebody who's like
hood nigga from the hood.
Okay.
So one that goes in my mouth, but his teeth fucked up. Still got goals though.
Yeah.
Like, and they took the mold of his teeth, but then I get because his teeth looked like they was growing out. They were very long. Okay. Very long, and
like they were still growing.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
He might have had that sort of disease where they just keep coming, and so he had.
It was a doctor explaining what was going on.
Okay,
he was like he had periodontal, and so that's why we just ripped out his whole mouth, and then we gave him something new. And I was like, y'all shit is trash because it don't look as good as it could to say that you're trying to help this man, unless you did it for the free ski whiskey. Then I get it.
Or he didn't finish paying.
Yeah, it might have been one of those situations where it's like, let's help this man out because he did look down bad with these just half goals in his face.
Maybe it was a design choice because some people have poor taste.
I don't know what design you doing. Who you doing this for then?
For himself, clearly he designed it. If it's a design choice, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to go.
He looked like the person that had the motives to try to go out and get bitches with these goals. Yeah, this is his motive. I was like, I'm gonna get so many bitches.
Exactly, which makes me think it might be a user error because the kind of person who goes, I'm gonna get goals to get bitches is also the kind of person who probably don't dress right and probably like I can.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, a dark nigga that has some type of brown shit on. It's like, why don't niggas always gotta wear something brown? And it's always the shades of brown. There's never one brown thing. Nigga had a collar shirt with many patches of brown on, like kind of like this.
Stop insulting your brother. He's colorblind.
I was like, nigga.
The brown fit.
Yeah, he looked like he had a whole platinum FUBU brown fit. The sweats. I was like,
I remember one time I went on a community college visit with my great uncle. He had on the whole brown sweatsuit.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
What shoes he had with it?
Some like nondescript black. I don't even know. You know what I mean?
When the last time you seen a K-Swiss?
I feel like I actually have seen a K-Swiss, not like super recent, but I
Before
feel
or
like
after COVID?
I feel like I've seen it. Yeah, I feel like I've seen a K-Swiss in a while. I've only seen one though. I ain't seen a whole bunch. You feel me? It's
Last time you seen it?
Y'all be paying attention.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
You need to translate for me.
K-Swiss had a fucking run,
It
bro.
looked like an Adidas with an extra stripe.
Yeah.
With a skinny stripe.
Oh.
I feel like, but it was like more of a canvas shoe, too. Or, I don't know. I guess some Adidas is like
they had some Adidas that had that foam deposit.
Well, even like I got the
type.
Sambas over there. That's like more of like a kind of canvasy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I feel like they was inexpensive. Like they wasn't so I guess a cheap. Like you get K-Swiss from Payless.
Okay, so it's like the Shaq shoe and Walmart sort of thing.
But it had more
higher up than the Shaq
it had a better reputation.
You know, they were able to withstand with like Adidas and such.
Okay.
Like K-Swiss was a shoe that you would cut. They'd be yeah,
So
I remember
like
the commercial.
Will Smith wouldn't be complaining about his mama making him wear those in his song.
No, not K-Swiss.
Okay.
Like K-Swiss is kind of like a feline.
I can imagine
like K-Swiss
maybe
would be
even like some rappers. It might have been a rapper that did like a K-Swiss commercial in the 90s.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You can definitely rock it back. Like if you wanted to bring back K, just like kind of like a starter jacket.
The plain K-Swiss.
Yeah, yes.
To me, the plain or like you had like the white with some kind of like red or
I guess it was just so many stripes.
Similar to the black Air Force, a black K-Swiss.
Oh, a black K-Swiss.
Oh, you was with the shit though.
Oh,
a black
fresh.
K-Swiss
I was thinking scary people.
No. I would say
no. That was the shoes that you got. You either got you some Air Force Ones when it came to getting you have to have an all black shoe when you go to school. You either had some Air Force Ones if you were black. If you had if you had a black card, you had Dickies with the cell phone pockets.
Yep.
And some Air Force Ones or some all black. I like how the
Dickies that was just national because Dickies was the same shit.
Oh, y'all had Dickies cell phone pocket too?
Yeah, if you had on French toast, nigga, you was getting grilled. You was getting roasted with the French toast.
What's French toast?
French toast was the other. That was the alternative. When I went to like a school where you had to wear blue.
So that's so sad. So that would make me cry.
You get French toast at Walmart.
French toast.
You get French toast at Walmart because you know who had French toast? Us, because they would have every school year. Oh, you get 4 pairs of French toast.
Yeah.
The pants, the navy blue pants, for like $20. Whereas like one Dickie was like $20.
Yeah. One Dickie was expensive.
You feel
like
me?
I had Dockers, which was more expensive than all that.
Yeah.
But my parents bought my pants.
Yeah.
And they didn't fit like that.
Yeah.
Like the Asians had their own type of pants, and they all wore that with Sauconys. And it's like, okay, that looked cool. But me, as a black guy with a bowl, not even a taper fade, I had a bowl.
Oh my god!
I had a bowl. They was like, Nick.
No wonder you ended up getting
like my dad's in the military. He's like, why you cut your eyebrow? Why you cut your sideburns like that? I was like, oh, my bad. I don't know no better until I got hit with it and I got the all-in-one because I had good hair. I had to get the all-in-one. I couldn't do a Caesar because I didn't know how to fade myself, but I understood how to.
So no designs in your head.
I could put a part. I knew how to part.
A part.
A part.
I'm talking designs. I'm talking the Nike swoop. Because my daddy used to put that in my brother's hair.
No. How'd that work?
It was good. They'd ask him to do they'd have the Nike swoop or like
if you can do it,
my
it'd be
daddy's an
raw.
old white man.
Yeah, but he's also left-handed.
I mean, that's great. That's incredible. Because again, I remember going to the barbershop and it'd be like
the right way too.
It'd be like a white man who brought his adopted black children there, and they would get the bowl cut. They would get the bowl cut,
the
and they wouldn't
bowl.
even. This is not the new barbers, so it's like they already got the BDBs and the kinker butts, and it's just the bowl cut with that. So it ain't even like blended or no shit like that. And then they just come back, and then it's like
Cut
one shade that's a little bit lighter, and then and they just keep that shit.
My dad would just paint
So
it.
that was shout out to the because again, even I think the most elaborate I went with the design was like two lines with stars. I had a star phase. Oh, nigga,
did you?
I thought I was that nigga.
Yo,
I was like,
come on.
I had the hat too.
I feel you. Yeah.
There are pictures on Facebook.
We see all pictures of you. Yes, sir. We have
on Facebook. Where I was like, I had the
look at baby Mario over there with the clean
summer
mouth.
of 07, nigga. I just got rid of my glasses, boy. I ain't got no braces. So nigga, I had braces.
That's what we talking about.
Braces from what, like 03 to like 06. Got rid of the glasses for the contacts 07. Oh man.
Oh, come on. I feel you, son.
I thought I was doing some shit.
Yeah, what you
had my Nissan Maxima out this motherfucker?
Come
93.
Oh, nigga, I had a Grand Am. Had Grand Am that I had color contacts. Oh, nigga, with prescription color contacts?
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Hazel?
I was in elementary school.
Say that again?
I said I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
In that 2004, 2005, 2006. Around that era was my college era, which you was probably in high school still, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That was my college era. That's when I was on a dance squad with Baby Bangs.
That sounds
Baby Bangs.
But I've seen the pictures now.
Yes, yeah, Baby Bangs.
You look like Omari.
Yes, yeah, color contacts, nigga. I had some of them sky blue. Ooh, touch icebox where my heart used to be. I'm so cold. Yeah,
nigga.
Man.
Just wait till I let my shit grow out till I can get my Omari on,
nigga, the braids.
I got everything. You got a girlfriend.
Yeah, I had the hairstyle to where it was. I had that free AJ.
Man.
I had that free from 106
Stay
in Park.
righteous.
It's 106 in Park.
Stay
Boom,
righteous,
braided in the front and fucking and dreads in the back, and then you realize that nigga, that was a fucking piece that he had in his head.
No. So this is the thing. I must debunk this.
Oh please.
I must debunk this.
Okay, good.
So
because I got this said so many times.
I've been on the internet for far too long, and I've seen too much. So when AJ left and he cut his hair and he was on like Eat Entertainment Tonight or some bullshit.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It was a point where, especially when you started seeing niggas was putting the pieces on, so they did a whole little thing where he had a piece to go back.
Why would they do that?
Like to be like his old self when he was on the show. At the time, that was his. I ain't gonna say all of it was his hair, but at the time, that wasn't a piece. I mean, again, nigga, I don't think.
I'm so glad, cause man,
I don't think 106 in Park had the budget to afford my nigga a piece. And then if we go beyond that, you telling me my nigga had the piece when he auditioned? And again, if it was, that nigga is diabolical. So if somebody want to refute me on that one, feel free. But I'm pretty certain that was AJ's hair on 106 in Park
like that.
And it's a recent like 2010s, 2020 where they put a piece on so he could like a throwback Thursday in real life.
Were you part of? Did you 106 in Park?
How many times do I have to tell you?
It's so
all
weird.
All of those channels were blocked. BET, VH1, all of that. MTV, not allowed because I had older brothers and my parents did not want them to be watching ass shaking.
No, it was a lot of ass shaking.
Conservative Christian household. So
you missed the Jen.
Nah, boy, hey.
You remember Jen Freestyle Friday?
Yeah. Nigga, they had Blind Fury on that bitch?
Yeah, he making Jen is making a resurgence. Blind Fury, I think, is
he's still
alcoholic.
Well, I don't,
he's still fire though. Yeah, he's still fire though. Yeah.
Oh man, but nah, nigga, freestyle. That was an event.
Good
that
times.
was such an event at the time. Remember when the Rough Riders came and gave him the chain?
Yeah,
nigga. Hey, bruh. Well, my
did he ever
like,
do a track with the Rough Riders?
Y'all gonna learn Chinese.
Oh yeah.
They had a video for it and everything.
Oh shit.
It was another Jen song that I liked actually. And then the
Rolodex over here.
Bruh, I used to be on fucking Kazaa and LimeWire, nigga, and I'm like,
yeah.
All right, who gonna buy this new Jen?
I was a Bear Share guy. I couldn't. I think
he a Christian rapper too now. Maybe I don't know.
Because I seen him do but he was doing a whole bunch of.
Maybe he lost his religion.
I don't know.
He had a Christian rapper era.
Probably so. I don't know. I mean, it's nice. You ain't gonna get that no more. You ain't gonna get shit like this no more.
What, Freestyle Friday?
I mean, you got on the radar, but they putting on garbage shit as well.
That is not the.
It's like, you know, it's nice to have a ticket in the basement. That was nice, and then they bring that back.
I think it maybe had a stem, but see, all this shit, it go beyond did they bring it back. How do you even access it? Because it's like, oh, nigga, do you gotta watch it on BT? Can you only watch it on BT Plus? Like, nigga, your own Paramount? They're like, it's all this other bullshit.
Fucking streaming shit. We kept this real black today.
Yeah. No.
What the fuck else would it be, Kyle? It's a whole bunch of niggas in a room.
Yeah, no, sometimes. most of the time.
Also, man, if you would see some of the things that I've been consuming into my brain, you would only know. I'm about to be out here on some motherfucking, in a bunker with my motherfucking barricades and the Draco and
my fox shovel
and my fucking air horn yelling at the government in a minute, man. That's if they drone me, y'all. Defend my.
Well, they gonna hit your landlord first. So,
hey man, 2 for 1 special. Hey, I'll be doing y'all a favor. Oh man, that's wild. That is. Oh my lord. Okay. All right.
Oh, that's fine.
Hey man,
that's lovely. Always coming down here.
Christopher Dorner, man.
It's always love to come down to the city.
Nah, man. The weather's nice. It's a good time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You know
taking the missus to go see Josh Johnson today.
Yeah, man. I'm jealous, man. I wish I could go. I gotta go work for the man. You know what I'm saying?
I really like that he's himself. You know, you don't have these motherfuckers that come out and being everything that I'm seeing on the internet to where people are just breaking motherfuckers down. I'm like, son, how you ain't grow up with this person. You don't know this person besides from what you see on the internet, and you gonna break him down.
But see, it's a literal industry in that shit. Yeah. You feel me? Definitely. At this point, it's like
subscribe to 3 of them.
It's people that because even
I can't believe they do this.
It go beyond,
subscribe. Niggas can't subscribe. Streaming, download the album.
Make
this
sure you
shit is trash.
Nah, man. I mean, again, it's just like if you can see that it's an audience of people, because people look at the comments, people look at the data and shit like that. And I mean, some motherfuckers might have a legitimate axe to ground, and then motherfuckers will see that and it become like a trending thing, and then it's like, all right, well, we at least we're gonna do commentary on people, the tear down and why, and the backlash, and we're gonna see how many followers have dropped and who stopped listening and all this other shit. You know what I mean? So we just made more. Am I supposed to press the? Okay, you're.
Nah, I just try to do something different.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, I like the way that things are going on the internet. Like, I don't like to look at it, and it's nice to stay away from it on the weekends. I don't, because I've been going down rabbit holes, and they have been showing me shit to where, like, slowly but surely, they're like, we gonna corrupt your mind, little man. And I'm like, I don't want it. Oh, but what is this? And it just keeps giving me more. And I'm like, you mother, you getting me? All right, you bitch, you got me.
Mm-hmm.
But
they know you too well.
Yeah, they do.
Because he got the ADHD.
Yeah, they do.
Oh. This man will go, and he did this last night. He said, the internet gets me.
Now it's using all the AI shit to kind of help with all they shit too. You know what I mean? And so. But I mean, even like I'll see the shit, it be janky where it's just like I was talking to you about that uptown, downtown, downtown. Like I'll look at one video and then all my videos suggested is just that nigga doing that in different places. And I'm like, bro, why the fuck would I want to see this one person? You know what I mean? Like,
but then do you watch them?
No, I do click on
and see,
but I'll do 4 in a row, and then I'm like, all right, I gotta. You know what I mean? I'll be like, all right, I gotta set that shit down, and then I won't watch no more. You know what I mean?
I think the coolest thing about the algorithm is the racial profiling. It's really funny because, like, my sister, she old and white. The stuff that she gets skews very conservative.
Yeah.
So then she'll be saying stuff. I'm like, yeah, only white people get that shit, even though she's not particularly conservative. She's more apolitical. Or like the stuff that Kyle and his brother get, ass and fighting.
Yeah.
Like I might get a little bit of that, but it doesn't fill my For You page, or like car crashes or people doing dumb shit. They're like, okay, he's a man. I bet he loves dumb shit. And then he's like, the internet just thinks so lowly of me, and then watches every video. So they kind of.
And it's like, because I'm one of the ones that's like, I'll look at a video, I ain't gonna like it.
Right, don't matter.
But the thing is,
all
even
you
if you just look at the video, it's like,
I stayed on this for too long. Oh, damn it.
Like I went in the comments section.
You read the comments. I didn't like the video, but I like the comments.
Where's the app for this right here?
Yeah. Who is this person? Can I find this person? This person got a name, or you just put it on your page? Where do I go? Let me keep scrolling. And you get lost in the sauce, and it's like, well, let me see if they got more people like you. Scroll.
Man.
Oh, why these women fighting?
Oh, thank goodness that I was raised before this was just how you was.
So you know that it's a monster.
Because I could at least beat it. If I was raised in this, I would be consumed by it. I would be.
Remember the old shit on YouTube and shit, like the World Star shit?
Nigga, remember Break.com or some shit.
E-Bomb's World.
Yeah.
Nigga, you know those videos now are so grainy that I still watch them, but it's just like, why am I watching this? This is like a 720 fucking... Phones weren't even good at this point in time, but we still trying to fucking
or it'd
surface
be like
this.
an old clip that had gotten like on some, whether it was like on some news shit or whatever, and then now,
it's refurbished so many times.
Fucking, like the 90s, they ain't been able to...
It's still good, though.
It looks all bit rated.
Man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't help it. I try to stay away from violence. I'm like, I tell people, I'm like, there you go, watching the violent clips. But then I watch UFC and shit, and I'm like, well, what is this? It's not too far from. Oh, you know what I've been fucking hating, and then we could probably cut this shit off after this. But I can't say I've been hating it, but I cringe in my butthole puckers every time I watch these backyard wrestlings. You ever watched like the clips in the montage?
No.
Motherfuckers in New York?
No.
Oh,
I've never seen that shit in my life.
It is. It's compelling.
I would say it's like I might come across it, and then that's some shit where it's just like, okay, I gotta leave this alone.
Y'all,
I gotta get up out of
these
here.
niggas be going ham, and they be doing some shit that I'm like, maybe you should be in a ring. Yeah. Maybe you should. Maybe somebody should fund this.
OG Kimbo Slice shit, where it's just like, bruh. I saw Kimbo. My introduction to Kimbo Slice was seeing him fuck up some red nigga.
Yeah, and he punched his eye out.
Destroyed this nigga. You like, oh my god.
When he was like, no, I can't fight no more. He was like, no, nigga, you gotta get in there for a little bit longer. You paid for this long. Nah. You ain't getting paid until you get paid. He's like, all right. And he got back in there, pop. He's like, hold on. And then motherfucker, his eye. Look at his eye. And then they came and they zoomed in, and it looked like fucking a goat eye. It like a fucking sheep's head. It's like, ooh. But your eye is out, and then that's when Kimbo Slice became an introduction, and then that's when you get Jorge Masvidal, and then Jorge Masvidal comes with Game Bread Bare Knuckle, and then you got Game Bread Bare Knuckle. He come in there, he can't really fight people no more because he just old and shit. But you come in there and you realize that Kimbo only had hands, he ain't had nothing else. That's why his legs were like Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder ain't got no legs about him, and he just the bronze bomber because he's just throwing bombs for no reason. He ain't really got no form or setup, nothing like that. He don't box, but he can knock niggas out and shit. So it was good.
Mm-hmm. I hate this shit, he says. I don't know why it's on my timeline. My butthole cringes.
Yeah,
but then
you got rush
backyard. Hey man,
I was raised on this though, man. I can't. It's in me. Like it only takes a little bit.
I mean, you did some backyard wrestling fighting.
We used to do back
organized by none other than
Big Brother.
One thing about me is that even if that man hasn't done something recently, I can think about something in my husband's childhood, like him not going to be able to get braces or jumping off a fucking roof, and I go, I'm beefing with your brother
funny.
again.
It's like, jumping off the roof. I've heard that story.
Yo, those are fun times.
Hey man, shout out. You know that is I have like an older stepbrother, but I wasn't raised in the same house as him, and it'd be shit like that. It's like, nah, I'm glad I wouldn't have to put up to no wild. Because again, when you're around them, you just at they fucking liberty. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, nigga, you gonna get put to sleep, or I'm gonna throw you in the pool.
Take this shit penny. Yeah, where you think that was at? You like pennies, huh? We had the first satellite. Remember when the satellites came out and like people can get satellites for it? We thought it was balling and shit. But when satellites first came out, they were big.
Wait a minute, satellites? What we talking about?
Satellite TV?
Satellite TV.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
to get satellite dish, yes, like Dish Network and shit. People don't use Dish no more. Man, we just stream now. So this is really aging myself.
Yeah, nah.
But
I completely forgot. What?
We were one
cable.
Right. We went all the channels. So bitch, we got satellite, and before the satellite was able to get on your roof, nigga, it was a huge satellite dish in your backyard. Yeah. That just it stood at least about the size of a 2-story house, and it seemed like the Brawny man had to bring that bitch in the backyard. Yeah, my brother understood that if you go to a certain channel, it'll the satellite or reach a certain area, and he figured that it'd be a funny thing for me to get put under the satellite dish. And then he was going to tell me, hey, I'm going to make you disappear. Close your eyes. And I'm like, all right, cool. And he was going to change the satellite channel to make the satellite come down and hit me in the head, right? But apparently it took too long to get there.
Yeah, I was going to be like, was this fucking the whip flash?
But for the thing is, you know, because I'm such a corrupted little child, I thought for a good 5 minutes, for a good 2.5 minutes, standing there with my eyes closed, that my brother was going to make me disappear. And until I realized, like, hold on,
do
son.
A magic trick with the satellite.
Not to no good. You know, this is the man that gave me a shit penny. Like, hey, it can't be up to any good right now. And then I stop and I look up and I see the fucking satellite coming down. I'm like, you motherfucker. He came in there. It wouldn't have hurt, and I probably would have broke the satellite if it would have. But
so then y'all would have gotten your ass beat.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it didn't stop us from doing dumb shit. As long as we ain't breaking nothing. I fell out of a tree 2 stories high, being outside when we wasn't supposed to, playing Catch One, Catch 'Em All, which is the best game ever, the best game of it ever.
Okay, so wait a minute, explain. I've never played Catch.
Well, basically, Catch One, Catch 'Em All is like you got one person that's it. You do Skunk in the Barnyard, PU. Somebody did it. It was
wait a minute. You got one person. That's it. All right, I'm a little.
But to get the person, you gotta put your foot in, and then you can do everybody in the fishbowl. First person take it out.
Binky, binky, bonky.
Yeah, you can do that. Right. So and then you find out who's it, and then it was this one person that's it, and then that person chases everybody. You got 20 seconds to go hide. You got the entire neighborhood. Well, light pole. Basically,
gotcha.
You got from this light pole to this light pole. You can go anywhere, and people backyards and everything. You know, fucking 90s, the good times. So it was fun. We go hide in my backyard. Everybody running, boom. We go hide. We got many hiding places to hide in the backyard. Now, what you do is that person that catches you catch one person, that person's it with you. All right, and now
so it's everybody's it. It starts with one person, and then you tag another person, and then both of you, and then
catch whoever they tag until the last
there's one person left, and then you descend on them.
Yes.
Yeah,
and that's when you get to show your juke moves in the street. But my thing was to climb inside the tree. Everybody climbed the tree.
Yeah, the tree was like seemed like
So there's a pine tree right here, and then right next to this pine tree was an awning that we had in our backyard. All right, so my brother and my brother's friend, and then me. All right, and he's like, "Oh, this is how we gonna hide away from this nigga." And then the guy that was his name was Jeremy. All right, he ain't fast, nothing like that, but that's neither here nor there. All right, and so he was and he was coming to get us. He knew where we was at. We was out in the open, but bitch, you kind of chunky in your ankle stick, so I don't think you can climb this tree. So we all climbed the tree, and we hopped over. Well, my brother was the first person. He was like, well, just in case he does climb the tree, let's hop over to the awning. He can't get us over here. And we're going to hop over from the awning to the shed. And I'm like, all right, cool. Everybody a little bit taller than me, so their gap is a little bit, they can leap a little bit further. So my brother went, and then my brother's friend went, boom, okay, fuck him. But he went, and then it was my turn. And as I went to go, I realized that I had to take a little step further, just because my little legs, so I can't reach. So I got to take a bounce. I can't just step over. And I'm in a pine tree, and I'm holding on to a branch here.
God damn.
Right. I'm about 2 feet up. I'm about, huh? No,
it's a pine tree.
Pine. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's just pine bark and everything. You ain't got needles all around.
Okay, got you. All right.
It's just one of them skinny pine trees, Okay. Yeah. So it's got branches and shit on it, but the branches ain't really strong enough to hold shit up. And so I'm about 2 stories in the air. I noticed because we had a 2-story house, and I'm at the top of the roof, and so and it's not really that high, but I'm not all the way up there, but I'm at the 2nd story basically. So my thing is I'm supposed to step over, and my brother, he's like, I got you, I'm gonna catch you. Usually when this happens, something really bad happens to me. When
I got you, I'm gonna catch you.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry, you good. So usually when
nobody is ever good.
Nobody's ever good. Yeah.
In his hands.
I wound up waking up with a fucking a brace on my neck from some other shit that he told me to do. And he would, to this day, he'll be like, I didn't tell him to do that. I'm like, nigga, you
that
did.
Nigga did.
Fuck ever. You told me to do that. But he was like, you gonna hop over, nigga, I'm gonna grab you. I'm like, all right, cool. And he's like, all right, I'm scared. And he's like, man, come on 3. I'm like, all right, cool. We go 1 and then 2, and on 2, the fucking branch above me that I was holding on to, that bitch breaks. And then I'm like, oh shit. And before we can even get to 3, I try to hop over, and the branch under me breaks. And then I fall 2 stories all the way down. I'm facing this way. For some reason, I don't know how I twist around. I twist completely around, right around this tree, fall on my back, right? Okay. Boom, bounce up. Like a meerkat getting shot by a pellet, and just boom, bounce up, and then take off for the gate. I'm like, you can't catch me. In shock like a motherfucker. This is what it's gotta be.
Hey, but that's that childhood for you, where you're able to like, you so bouncy.
Yeah, bounce right up. Took off for the gate. Was about to burn him, but he got these long ass indigenous fingers, and so he was able to fucking touch me. And he was like, I got you. I was like, no, man, you can't. Son just fell out of a tree, man. This don't count. He was like, all right, you right. You good.
You fell out of a tree.
and everybody was like, ooh, because my daddy ain't home at this time, and we not supposed to be outside.
Yeah.
So
it's like, if you would have stayed on that ground, it would have been a different.
Oh, if we would have had to call my daddy from work. Oh, what? I gotta call off?
Yeah.
Because y'all are outside. You're not supposed to be. Oh, I'm breaking faces.
You better stop the story right now, because I love your daddy, and I hate to hear about the shit he did. Because I'm like, please don't tell me about wooden boards with I don't want to hear it. I love that man.
Keep up that facade.
yeah.
Nah, your
his dad is one of my most favorite people in the world.
Nah, they solid as hell, man. He's like, hey,
that's Pop.
Get you one of these Capri Suns. Come on, it's hot, girl. Get you these Capri Suns. I'm like, all right.
You know you want one.
You ain't got to tell me twice.
It's so funny because every single time I go over there now,
like, y'all got chips? I get some chips too.
His stepmom always goes, Kyle's friends are nice. I had to tell that one to get a Capri Sun.
Yeah. Y'all want to play phase 10? All right, fuck it.
yeah, that's good times.
Oh man, nah, that was fun.
Yeah,
we're happy again. Glad that you made 40, man.
Yeah,
and happy 28.
Thank you.
And then I'll be turning 36.
Hello,
next month.
That's the generations right there. Everybody's 20, 30, 40. Come on now.
Damn, that's like how old you were when I met you. Like 35?
30, 35, 36, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, shit is crazy, man.
Now you 40.
Yeah.
Well,
up there. It's okay. I don't look it. As long as nobody don't know. They're gonna think that I'm still out here trying to rough it with the youngins.
Yeah,
These
man.
YNs. Nah, I take my time nowadays. I can't,
You gotta know your role, man.
Yeah, she was wondering, why you always so slow with shit? What the fuck I need to rush for?
Yeah.
I don't need to rush for shit now.
Well,
like, unless we need to go somewhere.
Yes, you do. And then he's still moving slow.
And then
I'm like, I need you to do this.
I move slow like the sloth on Fruitopia. Like, that's how I feel nowadays.
It's so embarrassing. It pisses me off so bad.
Nah, because I see these motherfuckers picking up heavy shit for no reason. I seen this guy like you gonna throw your back out.
Yeah,
you 47 just because you got this weight right here don't mean that you can't throw your back out and you're doing that improperly. You know what? I'm here to help. I'm here to help.
And again, it's just
I'm a small man. I know about leverage. I use
yourself.
leverage everywhere.
You gotta use
leverage.
You know, start here, nigga.
Yeah. How you think Peter Dinklage gets around? I don't know. I don't know how he does, but you know, Warwick Davis uses a lot of leverage. Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys.
Whoa, man, we touched on everything.
Living everything today, man.
Goddamn.
Little people, big world.
I feel like it's insightful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is good. We really gave it to him today.
Nah, man. I feel like you can take some actual, some information, some sustenance.
Yeah. Don't jump off of roofs.
Yeah.
Don't climb faulty trees. Go to the doctor.
And don't trust them.
Mm-hmm.
Not like
your timeline is a reflection of you and your interests.
Yeah. You reflection of me, shorty. Yeah. All of that.
I always check the comments if you're trying to find out who that is.
That's just my baby daddy.
That should be yeah. That was my baby daddy. That was my baby. That was on the radio, nigga.
Yeah, it was.
That was on the radio all the time. That's just my baby daddy. I don't know who the artist is. I can't tell you who made that song.
It don't matter anymore.
But it was on the radio.
It did make it to the radio.
That's just my baby daddy. That's just my baby daddy. I play that when I get to work today.
My mom and them made it to the radio too.
Oh man,
that's just my mom and them. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, black kids with white parents don't have to have terrible looking hair. That's another lesson.
Yeah,
if you see black kids with jacked up hair, it's because they're bad parents, not because they don't know anything.
You should learn how to braid hair.
Yeah,
learn how to.
My hair was always done.
In your son's hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put some stars in that motherfucker. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's negligent.
At least make sure my nigga line up straight.
At least do that. You definitely can't have him coming out here looking like the Black Power Ranger.
You know, blend that shit the fuck in.
My mama can't cornrow though, but she could do some other.
Yeah,
she did braids. She used to put little puffs in Ross's hair back when the
puffs were cool.
Yeah, did that.
Those puffs were cool. Mm-hmm. Everybody wanted to be like Hurricane Chris at one point in time.
I don't know what that is.
Let it play. That's my song.
Bro, turn it up.
Turn it up. All right, before we get off, since we just been on that, I just always have to know whenever we mentioning fucking Hurricane Chris, hey baby, I might even said this on this podcast before. It's like, bruh, my nigga, he starts off the song where he's like, it's so hot up in the club, I ain't got no shoes on. Now, again, I understand sometimes your feet can hurt and you gotta take your shoes off, but I ain't never heard a nigga be like, oh man, I'm on sock in the club because it's hot than a bitch in here. That is wild.
Depending on where you're coming from, though.
Also, it's so much liquid on the
dance
floor of a club.
Yeah, you definitely want your
like that shit gonna be
your
sticky.
stability. It's gonna be slippery. And
what kind of socks you wearing when you are doing this?
Man, I assume that it's them long socks.
Are you even wearing socks?
I was thinking no socks because if it's warm, you gotta take off socks
to me, that's a whole different level of wild.
I think he trying to make footies out of long socks, so he got a long sock on. He got the tip of it tucked under, and so it looked like a footie. He is still a hood nigga, so that's why I assume Hurricane Chris is with some Harachis on, and. Yeah.
Maybe he put on his slides and those aren't real shoes.
Or maybe they are real shoes and he just turned them into slides by stepping on the back of them.
Bro, that shit was so hard.
Which I can't. I used to get in trouble for that.
Yeah. I got in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Not trouble because I didn't get in trouble.
Oh.
Trouble for what?
Stepping on the back of your shoes?
Nah, not really. I got in trouble. Trouble. The shit that I had with shoes was...
just me.
I wouldn't pick up my feet when I walked. So dragging my feet, and then my shoes always come untied. So I would have some fucked up ass shoe strings. Then you got your pants, gotta light them shits, so you can get it through the hole and shit. Yeah,
the flanges, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, Phineas and Ferb told you what that was. Yeah, I want to say frenulum, but I don't think that's
the aglet.
There you go.
But that's not okay.
What is what?
Nothing.
Do it? Phineas and Ferb didn't do that?
No,
as frenulum is something different. And
I think that's the body part. I feel like that's
I think that's
here
something
somewhere.
You know what? We did that. Me and Ember did that when it came to not. I don't think I should bring it up again. Well, joking. When it came to felching. There you go. You know what felching is?
Is that a fart and a belch?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
I've probably heard the word, but no.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah.
We'll look it up later. All right, everybody. This has been Tell Me a Joke, the guy chasing the dream. I've been your host, Maniacal, Menace, Cosmet, the whole thing like a pimp named Spluke back. And this has been, would y'all like to go ahead and give y'all
Kamari Stevens, at Killer. No, I'm not at Killamari. That's how I refer to myself sometimes. I've revealed too much. At Super Mario Bro on Instagram.
Killamari's awesome.
No, I mean, that's some tags. If you want to follow me on Venmo, Killamari, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
I'm this nigga wife. Like,
well, that
Also,
works.
your own person.
but he doesn't call me fat, so we're good.
Don't do that. Call her babe. So this has been a good time. Like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for being here, listening, and being diligent. Until next time, leave a comment. Holla.
Peace.